with Conor McGregor's Azealia Banksley.
BKFC Champions Summit. When I tipped Dave's hat and then he got my face, I didn't realize PJ Dillashaw in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing? Who were you sparring? Vasiliy Lomachenko back in the day?
Yeah, man, that was wild. He's just a step ahead, man. Like he really was. He knew what I was throwing before I even threw it. Merab's a problem, bro. I know he doesn't train like I do, but I do think genetically he's made up a little bit different. I do think there's some guys out there that can give him issues. I've trained with him now ever since 2015. I was like, man, who the fuck is this cat? He's good. He's like, oh, he's some guy that's got a few amateur fights. And it's like what? It's like this needs to be in the UFC. Like he's amazing. The reason why Chimaev won't win is because of his cardio. I said that before, right? And then I met him. But Chimaev's doing it right now, and I think he's going to get the win because of it. I had to juice the right kind of things to get and take the right kind of supplements. Yeah, the green juice. The green juice.
Yeah. Boom. OverDogs podcast in the house. Mac Malley and Platty P in the B. So let's recap, man. We got one thing. First off the bat, DBX3 main event announced today. We will be at the hangar in Miami on August 29th for the first ever title fight in dirty boxing. Is the heavyweight title fight. Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Rob the Wolf Perez. Great matchup, great fight. I'm a fan of both. I really like Rob. He's really come, from, this is his first big time gig. I mean, he was doing it in Power Slap and stuff like that, but this is his first big fighting gig, and he's just shown dirty boxing so much love, and the guy that he is on camera when he's building up the fight, I mean, it's not a character. It's who he is. He says what he wants, but then he has so much respect. He's a real warrior, so I respect Rob Perez. We had him on OverDogs podcast, him and Jairzinho talking trash to each other. It was pretty wild, actually. So, they're ready to punch at each other, and I'm ready to see it.
Okay, so obviously Perez is our boy, Rozenstruik's our boy, but like, can he? Like, this is one of those classic fights of like this guy. How many fights does he have? Like, it's like 6 total, right? Rob has a very low amount of actual professional fights, right?
Right, he's 3-0 in dirty boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm gonna check real quick.
I think he's only got a couple in MMA.
Yeah.
Right, which is he's up against. But so that's the thing too. Like Jairzinho fought that heavyweight last time, and his opponent had 30 plus professional Muay Thai fights, but he only had like 5 MMA fights. But the guy gave him, a really good battle. But that's the 30 plus pro Muay Thai fights. So, Rob's an animal though. Literally. He literally and figuratively, he is an animal. So, he talks it every day, and he is working to believe everything he's saying. So, I can't help but want to root for Rob. And you know what I say about Rob, about whoever I root for, is usually
the Drake curse, the Mike Perry curse.
Yeah, low key. But Rob will be like, nah, I don't give
the platinum poltergeist is what we could call it.
Oh. Derrick Lewis versus...
No, bro. Okay. Oh, Tallison, Teixeira. But you were right. Like, Bags had ultimately kind of the right picks, but bro, Wonder Boy was robbed. And I had Wonder Boy and Lewis, but Derrick, bro, what the
Yeah, Derrick's an animal too, man. He's a pretty wild guy, so I don't know how it was just so baffling with those lineups. Like with the +2, +300, I'm looking at that with Derrick Lewis. I'm like, what do they know?
I don't see what they saw because we said the same thing. Like,
He's in great shape.
yeah,
He comes out there and just dominates. And the ref kind of, why did he stop it? Because he used defense to get up.
he would have face planted. Like, I hate saying that. Like, oh yeah, would have happened for sure, but he would have probably gone out. We've seen it enough times with Derrick Lewis. Like, we don't want to see a Curtis Blades KO again. That one was bad. And then
Yes, we do.
That's what we do.
That is exactly what we want to see.
Like, bro, I like to see that. I like to see it, but I get why he stopped it. Dude's literally having to like drag himself up like AOC screaming across the fake fence, dude. Like, that was crazy. But here's what I don't understand. At what point, dude, do you like tell a fighter when you're fighting Derrick Lewis, like if he plays possum and you think you hurt him, don't attack him? Like, ever. Like, when is it ever safe? Because he always plays possum, always acts off, and it unleashes. So it's like, what are your options there? You rush him, and you just have to keep pointing him out and hope you get the one shot KO against him. I don't know how you deal with.
It don't gotta be a one shot, but like it adds up. So I mean,
So
Derrick's
if you hurt him, you don't
different
rush him at all.
A 250, 260 pound beast, the black beast, and he plays little games in there. And he was telling Helwani how it's the script. They want him to win first round knockout. I mean, he was just amping it up. So shout out to Derrick Lewis, man, getting a big dub. Yo, I thought he was taller than that. Shout out Philly Fresh. I saw Philly out there in Nashville with Terrence and Mike Davis. They both got big wins on the card.
Mike
Shout
Davis
out Fusion
looked
XL.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, he did great. And then they all took a picture with Derrick Lewis, and Phil was taller than everybody.
Phil's tall, dude. Yeah, Derrick.
Yeah, dude.
He's only like 6'2", 6'3".
I can't believe he makes 170.
Yeah, I can't either, actually. And speaking of making weight, did you see someone holding up some weights yesterday? Like, what the happened with Conor McGregor's Azealia Banks league, dude?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get a drink of water, and you can talk to yourself about this one. Anyways, BKFC Champions Summit. I went down there for the press conference, the State of the Company press conference, and we had a good time, man. Had some fun at Hard Rock Holly. It really was a good time. Watching the fights, fighting Ben Askren in the VIP room, talking some trash with the fight. I mean, the fighters, they're so annoying. Like, a lot of them, And some of them are just good people. Like, I have no ill will to be a person. I really don't. Like, when I go out, when I'm out, if I'm drinking or if I'm having fun or if I'm with friends or I'm trying to have a good time, the only thing is people are trying to go viral.
Yeah.
Me too. Like, I like to go viral too, and so I guess they opened the door for that, gave me a reason here and there, and a lot of them were just cucking each other over there. I like what Ben Rothwell said. He said, "This table versus that table. Let's go." I'm like, yes, Big Ben, let's go. So, a shout out to Big Ben, man. He's a true champion, a true warrior over there. I wonder what's going to happen with him, for him. Is the main event winner Perdomo, I believe is his name.
From the fight on Saturday?
I heard something about the Juggernaut reaching out. I don't know if he's going to fight a heavyweight again, when he was at the lower weight classes, he was murking a lot of people. He went up to heavyweight, and he had some trouble against Mick Terrell. His arm popped out, dislocated, and then I don't know if we've seen him again since. I know he's itching to get back in there. Bare knuckle, that's the thing about bare knuckle, kind of give you that, like, dang, I need to see again at the professional standpoint, fighting somebody in a bare knuckle street scuffle. But, I have fun. Me and my wife had an amazing time together. It was just me and her. The kids were up here with Nana and Gigi, and so it was just a nice little trip with my wife, and that was like so awesome for me. We got to talk a little trash, try to get into some scuffles. I keep thinking about when I tipped Dave's hat and then he got my face, and I didn't realize the hand was coming, and I was like, I gotta try to get back to him. And then the 3 to 5 security guards, most of them were of an older age, but they were bigger guys.
Oh, yeah.
And they like grabbed, one had one arm, one had another arm, one had my waist, there was one on each leg, and then I just got lifted up out of there like Ben Rothwell took me in the VIP room. And I'm like, I keep thinking about, damn, I should have hand fought more. I should have and at one point, one of them fell down off the stage, and one of the ring girls got upset because she got bumped into by all of us.
I think I remember exactly that.
And one of the guys grabbing me fell. And when he fell, instead of thinking smash, pummel, turn, push, and get over there, I was like, I kind of helped his ass back up, and I helped him re-grab me, and then as soon as he got back up, I started trying to go back over there, and they had me, and I was just gone, getting taken, and I looked weak up there, getting grabbed by these big people. I'm like, I need some techniques for fighting off security guards, man. I gotta hand fight and just squiggle through. Next time, you guys better watch out. I'm squiggling through. I'm getting past.
Next time you have the Russian people at the stare off you did over
one-on-one though, I can do it. One time on Halloween, man, we were in the club, me and my wife, and the security guard gave me a couple of warnings, and then he just came up and started dragging me out, and I was like, let me grab my drink, and then he was like, nope, and he just started trying to take me. And then I thought about it for a second, and then I got mad, and I just grabbed him, underhook, turned, and he was a big dude. And I hip tossed him right over my legs and flopped him on the ground. But his backup was en route.
Oh, shit.
My fingers were on the floor. So as I dropped him with the judo, I put my fingers on the ground. And as I was pushing to get up, this dude run over and stomped with his damn work boots on my foot, or on my hand, on my fingers. Oh my God, dude. I was like, oh, damn. And then they all just kind of grabbed me, and I was holding my hand, and they were taking me out. And then I tried to grab a wall, and I missed the wall. And then there was a desk, and I grabbed this granite desk, and then the whole granite started coming. So I let go and just let them take me out.
Jesus.
That shit happened. All right, man. Let's bring our guest in, yo. We got TJ Dillashaw in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How about you?
I'm good, man. This is my boy Mac Malley here.
Giant fan, dude.
TJ, for the life of me, I can't think of it. What is your fight name?
Man, I never really had a fight name, dude. I always just went by my name. There's always been some things thrown out there. Some guys call me Dillashaw and stuff like that. But
okay, I remember the Dillashaw, but that's why I don't remember, because you didn't have one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
TJ Dillashaw. That's tight though. Yeah. What's TJ stand for? Terrence, Jeremy?
No, I'm too white for Terrence. I'm a Tyler.
You look like a Tyler. I don't know why. I don't know. You just look at my boy named Tyler. You look like a Tyler.
I'm as white as it gets, dog. I'm Tyler Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
tight though. That's tight, man. You sound like you made the light bulb. And yo, that belt looks good up there, man.
Ah, thanks, brother.
Nice
Thank you.
little
Yeah, I'm in my
setup.
office right now. It helps out when I'm on a sales call for my brand when I'm talking to buyers and I got a belt up there. You know what I mean?
I definitely be showing
Yeah.
it up like, oh, excuse me, let me fix my hair. Ah, that's nice. Oh man, um, so
Well, let's talk about those products real quick because I heard you have a beef jerky company, and like, what products are you pushing? Yeah.
Yeah, man. So after I retired, right, I really got into supplementation towards the end of my career when I got into my 30s, and I really needed to make sure I stayed up from these young bucks trying to catch up, right? So I really got into my diet and supplementation towards the end of my career. When I retired, I wanted to build shit that I wish I would have had when I was competing, and also I've been sponsored by countless brands to where I'd have to post about their shit, but I wouldn't actually take their product because it wasn't made very well. So I wanted to make something I could really stand behind. So I started creating like protein powders, electrolytes, energy drinks, and then I talk about our caveman eats. These are I guess you would call it jerky, but to be honest, it's a 20-ounce ribeye sliced like really thin and then dried and put into a bag. So it's got 95 grams of protein in a bag.
that
So,
looks
man.
really good, actually.
I love the marketing scheme though of like having the belt there, like Mike said, because it's like, all right, let me show you my products here. We got the supplements here. We got beef. Let me just move my belt real quick. Like, bro, it's just move that out of the way. It's brilliant.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. I mean, I got what you call bro science when it comes to behind all of my products, right? And what I've developed and doing it through competition at its highest form and understanding what actually works for me, right? Like I added an organic mushroom blend to my concentrates. I added electrolytes to my whey protein isolates. I added nootropics to my energy drinks and so on, right? Like really finding the synergies of multiple products that I would use in my pantry that, overcomplicated because I'm taking all this stuff. So I wanted to simplify it and bring synergies of products together and really, build them as clean as possible. All natural ingredients, no sugar, but all natural, natural sweeteners, natural flavors, natural colors. Something I can really stand behind and be proud to roll out. We rolled out into Sprouts Farmers Market, which is one of the leaders of the nutritional aspect. Whole
It's like a
Foods and
better
Sprouts.
version of Whole Foods, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's just like a more mom and pop kind of style of Whole Foods, right? A little bit smaller. And so we rolled out with them first before I sold anything online. I went straight to retail because man, there's every professional athlete like slaps their face on something and throws it on their website and sells it, but I could be making that in my garage, right? To where if I rolled out into Sprouts, it added some validity to what I was doing. That were the real deal. We're like third party tested. All of our ingredients are top notch.
Amazing. What's the link for that? I'd like to probably order a stack of that for sure.
Yeah, it's Wild Society Nutrition. Yeah, it's wildsocietynutrition.com. We're sold at Sprouts Farmers Market. We're sold in GNC, Vitamin Shop, Amazon, and then our website. So we've grown fast, man. In just under a year of business, we're in over 3,000 doors now already. So kind of been on a rocket ship, to be honest, and insanely busy building this brand. I mean, you build a good product, you don't worry about pinching pennies on margins and give your customer what they really want and then market it the right way, you're going to take off. And that's what we're doing, man. We're building super clean products.
Yeah, I want to try that dehydrated steak.
Yeah.
I'll send you some. I'll get your address and I'll load you up, man.
I'll check out the website. No worries.
Appreciate it, my man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no doubt.
I don't have my Sprouts, but I make beef jerky too, so I definitely want to try that. I'm gonna order me some.
And like you say, jerky, right? So that's the thing too. Is it's actually an air dried steak. So we legitimately are taking a 20-ounce. I buy it a lot bigger than that, but a 20-ounce grass fed, grass finished ribeye.
Yeah. Because most people don't use ribeye because of the fat content. So I'm curious how you go about that. Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
That's why I don't use it. Yeah. Go to the butcher and buy a 20-ounce ribeye and tell me what you're spending, and you're getting a 20-ounce grass-fed ribeye in this bag, right? So the reason why I want to use a ribeye is because it's got all the flavor, man. Like you can see like the fat content within it. That's like where all the great flavor comes from, And it's not a jerky; it's like thin.
Dude, mine breaks like that too. That's interesting. I swear, mine's super thin like that. There's fat in it. You can see the little veins of fat, and it cracks. And yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta try that shit. Hell yeah.
I'm getting hungry. Getting
No,
hungry.
no.
Uh, um, I actually saw. So like, I'm curious, how involved you still are in some of the aspects of the UFC. Like, are you possibly gonna fight again someday? Are you working in camps? Like I saw that you worked with Khamzat Chimaev. So how involved were you in his camp for Dricus du Plessis? And just
Yeah, unfortunately, I'll never fight again, man. It's a total bummer. I need to, like, I can't even comb my hair with my left hand, right? Like, I can't raise it yet. Like, passively,
you have
I
nerve
can't.
damage.
Yeah, I got some nerve damage in there. I think so. I've had 6 surgeries on the shoulder trying to piece myself back together, and I had a massive one, my last 2, where they had to put like a cadaver bone in there. They took a piece of my lower trap out of my back. They put it in my shoulder. They took a piece of my lat. They put it in my shoulder, all to try to give me some mobility back so that I could potentially continue to fight. But unfortunately, nothing really worked, and now I'm a candidate for shoulder replacement. I got to do a reverse shoulder replacement. They're going to cut the head of my humerus off, put the ball in my shoulder. It's wild, man.
Is that from fighting, or was there an accident involved anytime?
It's just from years of fighting. I had my first surgery wrestling in college, and then just the wear and tear.
Of course.
Back in 2017 when I was coaching the Ultimate Fighter, I dislocated my shoulder again doing the coaches challenge. I was doing against Garbrandt. We had to play tetherball on a balance beam, like one of them gymnastics balance beams. We had to play tetherball, and we're above a pool. And I went to go fall off and catch myself, and I like dislocated my shoulder out the back. And ever since then, it's been giving me issues. Was able to like hold myself together with stem cells towards the end of my career, but it just time and time again, it just got worse and worse and worse. And now I'm kind of in the place where I'm in now. My last fight camp, I probably dislocated it a good 20 times trying to get to that fight, and I just really f***ed myself up. Just having too much willpower to get things done when my body was telling me I couldn't.
So you just coaching and from the outside, no like holding pads, nothing like that.
I mean, I could hold pads. I mean, I could do it. Right now, my main focus is Wild Society Nutrition. It's like a 10, 12-hour day for me right now. It's insane. I told my wife that I couldn't wait to retire and like live a normal life, right? It's like, get rid of all this stress of fighting and like interviews and media and traveling the world. It's like, I can't wait. I'm going to retire. I'll play some golf and chill. And then I started this brand, man, and I'm like 10 times busier with Wild Society than I ever was as a fighter. I'd love to go back and be Mike Perry and knocking people out for money. It's a whole lot easier than running a brand. I'll tell you that much. But coaching wise, I help out just a minimal amount. I go down to Jackson usually about 3 times a month to do the podcast, and when I go down there, I help out where I can. We got Armin Tuzukian down there, and now Chimaev. He's in fight camp, and I've introduced him to a strength conditioning coach that's going to take him to the next level with his cardio, and I highly believe he's going to get that belt back. I help out here and there, but I wouldn't say I'm coaching no one. No, I kind of give some advice and some wisdom from the things that I've learned throughout my career, but I don't really have time quite yet to be a full-time coach.
Right.
I would love to. I think I'd be good at it, but maybe once I build this brand and I don't have to wear so many hats. I'm the CEO. I'm the marketer. I'm the logistics guy. Like right now, I'm running so lean that I'm wearing a lot of hats. I'm super busy.
I felt that. I'm giving it a shot. While I'm still preparing to get back in the ring. I got the Platinum Tequila. We got the Dirty Boxing going. We got the podcast. So I feel you on that. But to run, none of these really require a 10 to 12 hour day from me. I bet they would want me to do more, like fly to Mexico and get some tequila bottles and do some more promotion and all these things. But because I'm still in the market for fighting, I get to just promote and market things a little bit. So,
bro, I will say this right now: what you've done with the resurgence of your career is amazing.
Thank you.
Bare knuckle boxing was made for you, dog. Like, don't distract yourself right now with all these other side gigs. It's nice that you're lining them up, But what's gonna make those even more successful later when you're done with everything is continue to do what you're doing now. Like that's the number one hat that you can wear to continue to build Mike Perry's brand to be as big as it possibly can. I mean, this podcast is a perfect outlet for that. But you whipping people's ass and being built for it is going to be the biggest and best. You know?
Hey, I appreciate that. You know, I've actually been thinking a lot about that, and I have been picking up the training and trying to think of that mindset that I always thought of when I was younger, and I watched these martial arts movies and saw like Ong Bak the Thai Warrior, Ip Man, and like they were all about the martial arts philosophy of lifestyle, and like I'm picking up the health and trying to build my strength at the same time. And you know, when you were talking to me about those injuries, I was thinking about it being the wrestling that, because the boxing, you know, you can hit me and it cut me, but like the internal damage, the shit that are on your neck and stuff like that's rounds and rounds and rounds of jiu-jitsu and wrestling and trying to stop a head-on collision, because I'm a truck, and then I'm meeting up with another truck, and then we're colliding, and we're stuffing takedowns and just ripping joints out of place and tearing fascia. That dismantled me as well in UFC and MMA. And then bare knuckle, I just took my shot, and no one's as tough as I am.
Dude, I mean, you said it perfectly. Like, I don't ever get injured from sparring, boxing, kickboxing, right? Like, the times I get injured is wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Strictly, those are the times you get injured, right? Like, the joint manipulations and the uncontrollable motions, like, that's when you get hurt. Yeah, I mean, there might be some underlying stuff when it comes to, you know, long-term when it comes to sparring, but to be honest, like, your face heals fast.
Yeah.
You know? It really does. And, yeah, you're saying you took your shot with bare knuckle, dude. I'm telling you, that shit was made for you, dog. It's like perfect, man. It's so sick.
I appreciate that. That actually makes me think. We saw a video. Who were you sparring? Vasiliy Lomachenko back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
That was really big a few years ago. Everyone saw TJ doing the trickery of switching your feet, throwing awkward MMA angles on Vasil. You know, what was that like? Talk to us about sparring Vasil a little bit.
Yeah, man, that was wild, right? I've always looked up to that guy for what he does, and he's in the Matrix. The guy's in his vision, his footwork. He's like the best. I was coaching Ultimate Fighter. I just got done. I was going to be fighting Garbrandt, and I was like living in Vegas for the last 2 months, completely out of shape. Like, one of my managers hit me up. He's like, "Hey, Lomachenko would love to have you come work out with his camp. We could do some cross promotion." I'm like, "Yeah, I could do that." He's like, "He's going to spar." I'm like, "Man, it's like I haven't been doing any training. I'm hella out of shape." He's like, No, he only wants you to do 1 round. I'm like, "Oh, dope. Anyone can do 1 round. I'll do 1 round, no problem, you know?" I show up, and he's only got one other sparring partner there, so I end up having to do 4 rounds, and I got to do their 4-minute rounds with 30 seconds off. Like, threw me to the wolves, but it was like the coolest ever to see like how good he was and the separation. Like, I'm world champion at the time, or about to be again. And, you know, he's the highest level boxing IQ you could possibly have. Insane how hard it was for me to find. Even though I was throwing weird stuff and I was able to catch him, he's just a step ahead, man. Like, he really was. He knew what I was throwing before I even threw it.
Yeah.
He was being nice with me. He'd pop me and he wouldn't hit me too hard. But if we were just boxing, I mean, it would have been lights out, you know?
I mean, basic fundamentals and stuff, these guys are so good at just staying at their range or knowing their distance or knowing when to strike. They hold off on entering that collision a lot and like will just walk around and use that ring time. Like, it surprised me that you said he used 4-minute rounds when he sparred instead of training the amount of time they fight, which is 3-minute rounds. And what did he do? Like 12 rounds that day, or?
Yeah, I think he did 8 to 10 rounds or something like that. And he did with 30-second breaks, and I think he was in like the pinnacle of training hard, right? If he was a couple weeks before his fight, he wouldn't be doing that many rounds, and he'd be doing different times. But because he was further out, he's training harder. The same way, like when I'm in training camp and I'm doing strength conditioning, I'll do like killer days because I can afford to recover. So he's training harder, training longer, but going to get a better recovery out of it. You know what I mean?
Gotta love that experience of training with a boxer like that.
Oh, dude, he's the best. And I did a lot of training with some boxers out at Indio as well too, like Jojo Diaz and Joel Diaz's gym out there. I trained with a lot of good boxers and took my fair share of lickings, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you had some incredible fights in the UFC.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. You had some
Thank you.
phenomenal moments out there, and I don't know what your following is right now, but I know that you built something good, and it was your UFC career that led you to these products, or more your desire for nutrition and growing your health back after getting beat up in years of competing.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both, right? So when I was in college wrestling, I was actually in grad school to become a physician's assistant. So I was always into the way the body works, and thought I was going to get my doctorate, right? But I got talked into fighting, thank God, from my assistant wrestling coach, Mark Munoz, at the time. He's like, man, you're a mean-ass wrestler. I think you'd be good at fighting. You should give it a shot. He was in the UFC at the time. And I already did 5 years of college, and I was going to do another 3. And I was doing summer school for chemistry. I was like, you're right, dude. I'm out. So I dropped out of school. I moved up to Sacramento to train at Alpha Male. And I was like, I'll give myself a year. If I'm any good at it, I'll stick with the sport. If not, I can always go back to school. Well, you know, obviously one thing led to the next. I got in the UFC a year later, and it took it off. But with my interest in the body, and I'm one of those athletes that gets OCD about becoming my best. If that's the way that I'm training, the way that I'm wet resting, the way that I'm recovering, the supplementation, like I leave no stone unturned, right? When it comes to technique, when it comes to anything. And so I really got into my diet towards the end of my career, not only like what I was eating, but also the supplements that I was taking, and became very knowledgeable. And I pretty much got my PhD in the garage of my strength and conditioning coach, Sam Calavita, in which I turned in all that knowledge into the brand I have now, Wild Society, you know? So learned a bunch throughout my career, but mainly it's because of the interest of peak performance.
Now I'm interested. Like, I always need a little help with diet. Like, I had Taco Bell last night. You know what I mean? I was like craving Taco Bell. I haven't eaten that in a while, but like, sometimes I like some fast food. That's probably Mayweather's fault. Mayweather's like, I be eating fast food and drinking Coke. So I like to do that sometimes. But what does a day look like? Are you eating 6 times in a day? A breakfast, a snack, a lunch, a snack, and a evening dinner? Is there dessert on the menu?
No, man. So for the last like 8 years, I've been on a super strict diet. I mean, I would say the closest thing it is to it's paleo. All real foods. I don't eat any processed foods. I don't eat any fast food or anything like that.
Is that what paleo is?
Yeah, paleo is, you know, stay away from grains. You're not eating breads. You're not eating
No carbs?
I eat carbs.
Like sweet potato carbs?
Yeah, I eat carbs from like fruit. I eat carbs from like white potatoes, sweet potatoes, all real food, right?
Oh.
So, but what I'm on now is a super high protein diet. I eat probably about 180 to 170 grams of protein a day from my food and from my supplementation. And then other than that, I'm just eating fruits and veggies, right? I don't eat any sweets. All my sugar comes from fruit. My carbs are coming from real foods, you know. I'll eat some white rice here and there, just a quick spike of my blood sugar, but a lot of it's coming from sweet potatoes, my vegetables, my fruit. So as much real unprocessed food as you can get would be the best. Man.
Now,
especially as you're getting...
Do you do it on schedule, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or do you fast all day and then eat a huge meal at night, or do you eat you just eat throughout the day because you're just eating protein, you feel like you want a snack, you eat a fruit or a veggie or some meat?
Yeah, I'm not on like a typical, I mean, fasting is great. You can do it in and out. I wouldn't say do it all the time. I'll accidentally fast sometimes because I just get so busy in the morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm eating all throughout the day. I try not to eat like an hour and a half before I go to bed. Just because, you know, that's just sitting in your stomach and not doing nothing for your digestive tract when you're sleeping. But other than that, all throughout the day. And yeah, because I'm eating so much protein, you don't get as hungry, man. Like you'd be surprised like how much food it is when you're eating like real food compared to like a bunch of processed.
Right.
The calories add up quick. But if you're eating like a ribeye steak for lunch, I eat a 16-ounce ribeye. You know, that's what that's like 80 grams of protein. You know, or like for breakfast, for instance, this morning for breakfast, I ate 6 eggs. I ate like these 2 like chicken patties, which would be like, so it's like 90 grams of protein for breakfast, right? It's a lot, but I'm trying to. I don't have to make weight ever again.
Right.
I'm trying to stay big, right? I'm trying to be. I'm walking around 180 pounds right now, which feels good.
Are you cooking that meal, that food?
A lot of times, my wife makes dinner every
Okay.
night. But like sometimes I'm working down here. She'll do a little bit here and there, but yeah, I make it for the most part.
6 eggs for breakfast, bro.
Hell yeah, I got my own chickens and shit. I go all in, man.
Damn,
Hell yeah.
I get like 1 or 2 eggs in. Like, damn, I'm slacking.
Yeah.
I gotta get on the bodybuilder.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, but if you just ate like the protein, right? If you're like really focused on protein, obviously you need the potassium, magnesium to make the muscles work that you're putting on there. That's why we added like all that isolates. But yeah, but I mean, because if you're gonna stack on that much more muscle, like protein's gonna help with protein synthesis, which protein synthesis in turn is gonna help with your skeletal muscle mass, right? And if you worry about protein first, you're gonna shed fat too. Like your body composition is completely going to change. If you're eating that much protein, you don't have much room for all the that your body doesn't need. And then if you're putting on more muscle mass on your frame, your metabolism has to keep up to supply the oxygen to the muscles, and in turn you lose fat. That's why I've been able to bulk and keep an 8-pack, you know?
That was extremely valuable information for me. That's why I kind of dove in there. I'm always curious about diets, man. I used to do them hard back in the day. And I've had times when I was so ripped or shredded or I was trying to bulk and put size, weight, and muscle on at the same time. And I've just struggled in my life to really figure it out. But I appreciate that information.
Yeah, man, just go whole food and do a ton of protein. All the rest, like, I don't count calories. I don't count all my macros. I pretty much just count my protein. And then I make sure I'm eating a well-rounded balance of the real proteins as well as the things that come along with it. Like I get a lot of my protein from my Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, fish, tons of red meat, chicken, and then the veggies and some of the simple carbs that come along with it. And you'll get jacked, bro. Like you already got good genetics. You're able to eat Taco Bell and stay jacked. Think if you actually like ate well, you know?
Right, for real. I need to do it. It ain't cheap though. It ain't cheap to eat healthy.
Something else I'm trying to say, it's like probably not super cheap. Like eggs have gotten more expensive. Like pretty much anything with protein in it has gotten more expensive, right? Like this whole protein, like protein's super popular right now. It's huge for longevity. That's why our products are doing so well. That's why these Caveman Eats Crush, like there's 95 grams of protein in this bag, right? Like it's expensive though, right? But for me, it's eggs. Eggs are super easy in the morning, man. Like you can hard boil them, you can scramble them real quick. Like when I'm traveling, I'll buy those hard boiled eggs. I'll take my Caveman Eats and I got steak and eggs for breakfast, even though I'm on the road, right? Like chicken and rice. Oh, everyone always knows that's super easy. I love cooking up red meat, just throwing it on the grill, and even if I don't have time to make anything with it, like ribeye is the most expensive, but you can throw a flank steak on there, right? Just eat a ton of red meat. It's got great creatine, which is going to help with your brain as well as like all the muscle mass you want to put on and burning fat. Dude, another one's just super easy to get high protein is I'll buy Greek yogurt. I'll throw a scoop or two of my like vanilla protein in it, mix that up, and you don't have to sweeten it with sugar. And you can add like berries into it. Then you're getting like 90 grams of protein with a little bit of yogurt parfait. And that's actually very affordable and will work really well. Like our vanilla concentrate, some good Greek yogurt, and then you can throw like, some crunch in there, some fruit and stuff to top it off. But that would be an easy clutch like hack, You want to get some greens in there for some fiber. You want to make sure you're getting some good fiber in there, some fruit. I love dried mango. I crush dried mango throughout the day just to get some good fiber and stuff in there, And I need the carbs. I'm working out hard trying to put on muscle, so it's good for me to get those quick, easy carbs. Like if I'm gonna if I'm gonna work out, yeah, I drink my caffeine, right? But I'm also gonna eat some like fruit before I go work out, so it'll spike my insulin. Because if I'm spiking my insulin, not only am I giving myself more energy, but I'm also improving my protein synthesis to help myself put on more muscle. For the most part, most pre-workouts have so much in them, man. Like none of them are that great for you, you know? Yeah, exactly. That's why. Well, most of them have synthetic caffeine in there too. So again, I told you guys like everything I've created, I want to be proud that I'm standing behind it. Like our energy drinks are made with an organic green tea, so it's a natural caffeine. So you're not going to get this spike of like Red Bulls and all other stuff, and Monsters are using synthetic caffeine. So even though it says 150 milligrams of caffeine, it's actually more like 400 or 500 because it's synthetic and it spikes your adrenal glands, and then that's why you crash after, right? So we made it with organic green tea and added nootropics to kind of give you that same feeling.
So fire. So fire. I got to get on my.
Everyone always thinks you're going to lose fat by going like a calorie deficit, which you will, but I wouldn't say it's like the healthiest, best way to do it. Like if you really want to lose fat, increase your protein content and lift some weights. Like going out there and hitting cardio is actually just like you're building up too much cortisol and you're breaking your body down. Like people are getting these calorie deficits and then they're running. It's like you're just like kind of breaking your hormones down to where if you actually eat a ton of meat, make some protein shakes and go lift some heavier weight, you're actually going to start shedding fat a lot faster than you were if you're out there running in a calorie deficit.
Damn, bro, you're really smart, man. You breaking it down. No, for
Thanks,
real.
man. Appreciate
And,
it.
I'm
man.
learning some good stuff over here.
Yeah.
Speaking about, explosiveness and fighting styles, things like that, we can break it back to the fighting. Talk about the bantamweight division.
Yeah.
Merab Dvalishvili, the champ. Let's talk about the three maybe top bantamweights. I'm gonna say Merab, Sugar Sean, and Cory Sandhagen. Between those three guys, Cory might end up fighting Merab soon. So, what are your thoughts? Yeah, he is going to.
Yeah, I think he's fighting him next. Merab's a problem, bro. He's a problem because like he's a genetic freak. Like that guy don't get tired, right? Like he really doesn't. He seems like he's strong. I've obviously never grappled with him, but just watching the way that he fights, I think he's very strong. He's pretty durable, and he's got great cardio. Something that he does very well is he never puts himself in danger. He's never in that middle ground, right? He's always all the way out and using his footwork popping, or he's all the way in smothering you, making you work to get him off you, right? So that's a problem. I do think there's some guys out there that can give him issues, but I think that Umar fight was the one that was going to, but Umar just couldn't calculate how great his cardio needed to be for that fight to hold on to that pace. I think Umar's the best chance of beating Merab. I would love if Sandhagen could get it done. That guy's a ninja. His striking is insane. I've trained with him now ever since 2015 when I moved out to Colorado. Before anyone knew who he was, I started training with him out of Team Elevation. And I was like, man, who the is this cat? He's good. He's like, oh, he's some guy that's got a few amateur fights. And I was like, what? It's like, this motherfucker needs to be in the UFC. Like, he's amazing. He didn't believe in himself back then. He was a little bit of a head case, like, didn't know what he wanted to do and be in there. But he has now since then figured it out, and the guy's a killer. I fought him. It was my toughest fight to date. The guy's amazing. I would love to see him get the win because he's a great human being. His skills are insane. I think he'd be a great champion. I do think, unfortunately, though, that Merab's got the exact skills that are his kryptonite.
His ground game.
And just his pace and his wrestling, right? Not even so much like his trickery jiu-jitsu. It's more so just the pace of wrestling.
Okay.
Like that sucks, Where's, wow, tiring.
I mean, we saw him and Umar kind of wrestle it out and scramble a lot. There was a lot of different positions going on, and Merab likes to end up on your back sometimes and just kind of lay his weight there or just hold you and do a little bit of stalling, and then like you said, if it's going to turn around on him, he's going to get out of there and then go right back to the footwork, But Sandhagen's super tall, but we saw Sandhagen against Umar, it doesn't matter that it was in Saudi over there. So, I'm sure he's training really hard. He seems in different spirits nowadays. He's been making a lot of like Eminem jokes. Really funny.
Yeah, okay, so if I'm Sandhagen, right? So Sandhagen definitely needs to stay away from standing in front of him. He's got to use his angles. He needs to be outside of Umar's shoulders, right? So think about it like this is a track, right? If his shoulders are lined up right here, this is my track. I need to be outside these tracks, right? That train's going to go straight and back. I need to be outside the tracks so that he can line up his strikes better without being threatened of getting taken down. Because you know that Merab's going to threaten. But as long as he can stay outside the shoulders, he's got a lot better chance of not getting taken down and staying off the cage. And then at the same time, when Merab gets dangerous and gets desperate and starts to rush in more, then that's when those jumping knees down the middle could pay dividends for Sandhagen. Wow. Yeah, that snap kick that he has. Cory's real good with his hands. He can stay outside and slap hooks and get outside, slap and bring him down the middle. He's got to stay long. He's got to stay active to keep him off his own rhythm. Because Merab wants to get you into his rhythm. So using your own feints, staying outside his shoulders is what he has to do, right? And if he gets taken down on the ground, not trying to play that 50-50 and try to do submissions, he's got to get right back to his feet, even though that's going to make you tired. He's just going to win down there if he holds you down,
He might be a diet genius as well.
I don't think so. I think it's genetic, man. So I really do think if we went back and did some testing on him, I think his body's gonna maybe produce less. So here's some science for you guys that I really got into towards the end of my career. Okay, so everyone's got a crossover point of when you start burning carbs. Okay, and when you start burning carbs, you start producing lactic acid. So when I first met my coach Sam Calavita, my crossover point was a heart rate of 141. Anytime my heart rate got above 141, I started burning carbs for energy. Everything before that, I was burning fat. And even at rest, I was still burning too many carbs because I wasn't eating the right foods, I wasn't recovering the right way, and I was just living the normal American lifestyle of grind. Well, after I met Sam and I switched my diet up, I started training lactic threshold and doing the right kind of exercises to increase my heart rate. My new heart rate went to about 158. So from 141 to 158 is when I started burning carbs for energy. Again, you start burning carbs for energy, you start producing lactic acid. Lactic acid is what makes you tired. Makes it so you're hard to lift up your arms. Well, then after you increase that base, right? So everything's a pyramid. I increased my base from the way that I was training, the way I was eating. Now I trained my body and my mind specifically to learn how to be in that lactic threshold. Everyone's got one. Everyone's a little bit different genetically, right? So I'd be in the red zone when my heart rate got to 170 to 185. That's like my lactic threshold. And when you're getting there, you're revving the engine to where eventually you're going to burn out. Mm-hmm. Well, I had to train that to not only make that zone larger, but also to train my mind to be able to stay in that zone and be able to deal with lactic threshold and not get tired. So you can train it, but also there's a lot of people, which I think Merab is this way, are genetically made to where they're going to either burn carbs for energy later for the energy system, or they have a lactic threshold that's through the roof. And I think his mind, he's very mentally strong. He's been able to deal with being in that lactic threshold and not letting it break him. Everyone's made up a little bit different. Like Chad Mendez, he was my training partner forever, right? Just a tank of a human being. Yeah, the strongest man I've ever grappled or done anything with. But genetically, he's made up with so much fast twitch muscle that it would take him a year to train the right way to be more of a cardio athlete. But, God gave him the gifts that he has, but in turn, he gasses out, right? So he needs to find a way to start training that lower cardio base before he starts stacking on the higher. So it's a science, man. It's all science behind it all. I talked about this in a podcast, asking about DDP and Chimaev. I was like, look, Chimaev's the better striker in my opinion, technically. He's by far the better grappler and has more strength and better jiu-jitsu. Like, DDP is nonstop pressure. He's awkward, and that awkwardness gets it done. I'd say the reason why Chimaev won't win is because of his cardio. I said that before, right? And then I met him, and I introduced him. So this guy Sam Calavita that I'm talking about, he owns Training Lab. He's the one that gave me my bro science PhD and everything I'm talking about now, and I did it in his garage. So I learned everything you could possibly learn about peak performance and how to get your body there. Well, I introduced Armin to Sam Calavita, which has been working with him, and you've seen the way he's been looking lately. But now I've also introduced Chimaev to him. So Sam Calavita's got like some killers in his garage. He does all of his strength conditioning in his garage, which is amazing. It's like Rocky style training. So Chimaev's doing it right now. I highly suspect he's going to have an amazing, get a gas tank for this next fight. And I think he's going to get the win because of it. Not only does Sam train you the right way to be this freak of cardio, but he also is going to help him make weight very easy. Sam's algorithms on the water displacement that he's got is next level. He'd always have me show up to fight week. I fight 135s. He'd have me show up to fight week. So it's 5 days before, or 7 days before on Sunday. As long as I weigh 150 and I'm hydrated, I know I've made weight. Now it's just about water displacement, doing it the right way. And he's going to do the same thing for Chimaev. So he's going to make the weight better, which in turn is going to make his cardio better. And he's going to train the right way. With all the stuff that I know now, everything that I know is because of Sam Calavita. And that's what Chimaev's doing right now.
Damn, Armin's like a billionaire, so Sam Calavita don't sound cheap, but I need somebody to help me get over 200 and be. I gotta get there.
If you want to do it, man, he'll put you on the tonnage phase.
But what's better, right? Because like Khamzat's like kind of tall and super slim, but now he's fighting at 185, and Dricus is just a wall, a monster.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if it's too much information, but did Khamzat go up in size and weight? Is he on a new meal plan? Is he eating more often? Do you eat carbs when you want to go up in weight, or are you just eating more protein?
Well, you're eating carbs for sure. You have to. It's just the carbs that you are eating. Right? I'm not going out there and eating a bunch of bread and oatmeal and pastas. Like I'm eating like carbs that are going to be easily broken down. But he was naturally needed to be that weight anyways. You know, him at 70s just doesn't make sense, or whatever it is. He's at a better weight class now for himself, naturally. And then Sam's gonna flip his nutrition upside down and make sure he's got the right foods for dude. That's another thing that Sam does too. Like I'm giving away a bunch of stuff that he does, but it's impossible to recreate. Is he's gonna run like hair analysis on you. He's gonna run your blood work on you. He's gonna run saliva on you. So he's gonna know like what foods. Like genetically, we're all made up differently. Like I shouldn't eat the same as Mike Perry. Like Mike Perry gets jacked off of Taco Bell. I'd be, you know what I mean? Like, there's just different. I'm joking around,
but I need someone.
Everyone should eat different kinds of foods. Like, for instance, like foods you think that are good, like avocado, for whatever reason, creates inflammation in my wife's body. We found that out from doing a genetic test and food sensitivity tests. Like, there's certain things that you should and should not. Even though the general population should eat them, maybe they don't work well for the way that you're made up for the time being. So Sam does a very good job of getting your body back to homeostasis, to where it's working the way it's supposed to work. If that's, like I did a hair analysis, I found out I had ungodly levels of arsenic, which is a heavy metal in my body. So I had to juice the right kind of things to get and take the right kind of supplements to get arsenic out of my body. Yeah, the green juice. The green juice.
Yeah. Man, Poirier was saying he wants to get on that when he gets out of fighting after his last fight, man.
He just wants to feel good, man. All he probably needs to do is take a little bit of TRT, and he'll be like,
Poirier, go hit up Calvidras or
Calavita, yeah.
Calavita, yeah, dude. I gotta find so Calavita's doing 10 to 20 different jobs. What do you call someone in that line of work that knows all that information? I gotta look up one in my area.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, you won't find another Sam Calavita. Like he can't be recreated. He does do a lot of he's worked with countless Olympic gold medalists for the wrestling team. Okay. David Taylor was like one of his first that he really got behind. So he does do some satellite training. It won't be as hard as his in-person training, but he could do all the tests on you. You can flip your nutrition upside down, your supplementation, like all the supplements that he makes as well too are from his own lab. So everything's like he does a very good high depth into, what brands are good, who's making the right kind of shit, who's doing third party testing, and who's ethically making these products. Because to be honest, the supplement industry is so easy to fake. Like you go into GNC, which my product is at GNC. You go into GNC and you think about like all these health and wellness brands. You think they'd have your best interests at heart, but they don't give a. They're putting sucralose in their products to sweeten it, which sucralose is going to mess up your gut microbiome and lower your testosterone and mess up all your hormones. They're adding artificial flavors and sweeteners because it's cheaper, right? But in turn, you think you're drinking something that's good for you when in turn you're not. So
I think you'd be a great coach, TJ.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I mean, I definitely would. Right now, I don't got the time for it. I'm doing strength and conditioning for the high school wrestling team, which is cool here where I live. So I'm gonna help the team out and do some strength and conditioning with them, which takes up my time. But I'd prefer to give back to these high school kids that don't have money. Like I'm doing it for free. Like they ain't paying me,
That's sick, man. That's so awesome because, you know your stuff, and I mean that's more than half the battle. That's 90% of it. And you could literally teach people from the outside looking in. Damn, that's sick, man. I'm definitely, like I said, I mean, you could see that just talking about diet and what to do kind of inspired me a lot. And like I've been thinking about that lifestyle that I want to see the best version of myself at this age. So I'm heading into that. I'm 33. I'll be 34 soon.
Money, dude. Yeah, you're still there, man. Like,
I think it's a good time for me. Yeah,
it's a great time. And if you start dialing in like a lifestyle now, like look, you don't have to stick to it crazy like I do, but as long as you start building that lifestyle now, like the longevity of your career is going to be so much better. And then when you are done, like so much more is going to be better about yourself, your brain, like everything, man. Like there's so many things that you could do to change up, like not only just your diet, but like your recovery that you're doing, like getting into hyperbaric chamber and sleep schedules and red light therapy. And
now I heard I do ice baths all the time at home, but I've been seeing all this stuff about ice baths are 60% bad for muscle growth.
I mean, so here's perfect for you. So if you're gonna train hard, like super, super hard, don't be doing your ice bath after your training, right? Because when I go out and I crush the weights next door and I'm doing like bodybuilding workout, whatever it may be, or even if you're trying to push your pace, I'm creating inflammation in my body. But that is good inflammation for the time being, because that inflammation that creates, it triggers a response in my body to start building more muscle or to start adapting to that stress, right? So if I go and jump in an ice bath right after my workout, I'm getting rid of the inflammation that my body needs. But use that ice bath on your days off. Like say you take 2 days off a week, do your ice baths on those days, right? Do your hyperbaric chambers on those days to where you're going to flush out the inflammation for the time being.
Free game, bro. That makes so much sense.
Yeah. I mean, dude, ice baths are great. You should definitely be doing ice baths, but do them at the right time,
We got to see, all the fans got to see me come out of this episode and just, you're going to see a transformation. Platinum Perry about to get jacked, bro.
Well, Damien, talk to TJ Dillashaw. I'll start testing that.
They do drug test me, so it's all good. I'm sure. Big on chicken and food or whatever, but there's lots of little articulated things that you're talking about. You obviously know what you're talking about. That's why you looked like you were on there, because you doing all these little things really built up for you. So,
yeah, I'll promise you that no one works harder than me, man. There's no way. Like what I was doing when I was competing, it's like like I said, I leave no stone unturned, working my ass off. Anyone that's ever trained with me in my training camp will agree to that. That I'm going to go above and beyond in anything I'm going to do. The same way with me running this brand right now. Like I will be successful. I will sell this thing for, because that's what I'm going to do. Like once I put my mind to something, man, I don't stop. And you're gonna have these bad times, right? No matter what, even growing a brand, any goal you chase, life's gonna throw some and it's never gonna me, man. Like ever.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
So awesome.
Yeah,
Speaking of building brands and selling for a lot of money, I want to talk to you about Dirty Boxing. Dirty Boxing Championships. I don't know if you've seen any of it. We announced our next card. Our next card is August 29th in Miami again. Would love going down there to Miami and just having some fights and then a party. But I think we have a clip we want to show you and our fans. But check out this Dirty Boxing. We had some great fights at DBX2.
Oh, it's great, dude.
Thank you.
I love that, man. So I've seen it. I've seen some Yoel Romero highlights as well too, because he fought for you, right?
Yes, he did twice.
Yep.
And so there are 4-ounce gloves, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it 3 minutes and 3 minutes on, 1 minute off?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
Three
Awesome.
threes.
I love that.
And the rule set is, it's boxing with spinning back fists, Superman punches, elbows, and ground and pound to knock down opponents.
Oh, 6. So you can ground and pound. So how is it like? You only get a certain amount of time to ground and pound?
Until like your pressure stops. Like if you're
It's
pursuing a
standing
finish,
ground and pound. So you cannot go to mount. You can't do anything like that. You have to, you can maybe swivel past, try to hit. You got to be landing significant shots. If there's any delay, the ref will separate.
Did you make up these rules?
Yes.
Sick.
Me and my other guys.
How sick is that? You get to make up your own rules, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. It's very like how I fought in the UFC.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to train wrestling. I don't want to train jujitsu. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to throw kicks. That makes me tired. Let's just throw some bombs, you know?
Yeah, the kicks just stall the action, man. It's really fast paced and it's really all action. Like, I think our last one, I don't know if it was our last one, but we had like 6 or 8 out of the 10.
it's 60. We have a 70%
Yeah, it was like a
finish rate.
70% finish rate after 3 shows.
Yeah.
Still 70% finish rate.
So you've had 3 shows?
Yes, one was a pilot show. It was private. And then we had DBX1 and DBX2 this year. And DBX3 is coming August 29th. Y'all go get your tickets. Link is in my Instagram bio because I got my own ticket link this time. We got to track that. So it's going to be a good show. And then Miami's always fun, man. You book your boat. You go to the beach. Go to the club, lots of fine dining. See, you probably don't. I'm always like going to get some Wagyu and some greasy ass sashimi or like some other like I'm always eating.
Oh, you're good on sashimi, man. Sashimi all day long.
Yeah, all the sauces though, they get so many sauces and stuff, and I'll be pouring all the salt on there. Yeah, like that. Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely.
That's awesome. It's August 29th.
Yep. I believe we are going to be free on YouTube again. So, we would like for everybody. It's a small show. It's kind of intimate. There's like 11 to 1,200 people. So we've sold out every time. And this one's going to be the best one yet because we have some new lighting and setups and systems for how the lights are going to come up and down and try to make it more like it's going to be a sick show. I already know it is.
And that's worth every dollar to go to a fight like that, right? When you can get that smaller, intimate feeling Like going to the UFC is cool, right? You get to feel the energy, whatever. But when you get a small, intimate, like 1,000 to 1,200 people, like pay for that. Like you won't be able to like that is an amazing feeling. Especially I can imagine like the energy and hype you're going to build up on this thing. But that's worth every dollar if you can go to a fight that's like that.
It's definitely cheaper too. I mean, we sell these awesome booths with like it's like club sections. You get a table, you get some alcohol. Might be like $5,500. I bought 2 seats at the UFC Miami show. It was 10 grand, dude, and I was still behind all the fighters who got free seats. They had free seats.
Yeah. And you got some big names coming to your fights too, dude. That's sick.
Yeah, we have had a lot of.
TJ Dillashaw has the seat if he ever wants to show up. If he's ever in Florida.
I've never been to Miami. I've always wanted to visit Miami. I've never been.
Ooh. Yeah, bring the fam out, man. Enjoy some beach time. You just let us know, and we'd love to have you come out and enjoy the show.
Appreciate it. When is your next fight?
October 11th, we just announced. I don't know who I'm fighting. They had me face off with this poor guy that I knocked out so bad twice. I knocked him out unconscious in front of all his family and friends twice. Once as amateurs and then once as pros. He was as a pro, he was 5-0 and I was 6-0. And then we fought for our second time and I sure did knock him out again. Vicious ground and pound. I think he was out for like 10 minutes, man. And I have a picture of it. I'll have to send it to my podcast so they put it on here. But, so they had me face off with him because he's the #1 pound for pound bare knuckle fighter. He's the champion at 175. I liked fighting at 185. The 185 pound champion wants to fight me too. But neither of these guys, none of them are moving the needle for the company.
I thought you were the champion. That's all I knew.
See, I'm the champion of the whole thing.
That's what I thought, dog. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, bare knuckle boxing was made for you. It's like
the king of violence, baby. And Jake Paul don't get this belt because he didn't fight me bare knuckle. He put the pillows on and it f***ed up my whole game. So bare knuckle is where it's at because I'm just so... Look at that shit. I'm so much harder like that, bro. I got to eat some of them dehydrated ribeyes and shit.
Let's go.
The muscle.
Be a caveman.
Yeah, dude.
You need them caveman eats, dog.
Get the caveman eats, dog. My veins would be out more if I had the caveman eats. So I don't know who I'm fighting yet, man. It's actually Connor said, and he was told what I was told, which is it's this legend, this UFC incredible guy, but I've been told a million times it was 100%, and then I was recently told it was 90%, and then so I don't care who it is. October 11th is my date. They haven't announced the location yet. I know it, but I can't give it away. Or what are they gonna do? They're gonna change it. The fight game's so weird like that. If you told things that the UFC gave you, they would tell you what you're doing, but they would say you can't let it out yet. Did they do that to you?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah.
And then you're just sitting on that information, and then if you ever said anything, it changed.
Yeah, everyone's asking you about it and shit too, and you can't say nothing. It's like, if you're gonna tell me, just tell everyone.
Right, dude. Why do they do that? It's so annoying.
It reminds me of Joe Soto when you fought Joe Soto. Like, how long did you have to bottle up that you weren't fighting Barao?
Oh no, that one 24 hours.
Really? Oh, that one was super. I was at that fight. Yeah.
So I was supposed to. I beat Barao to get my belt. This is the wildest story, bro, and like it's just so crazy. So I beat Barao. They want me to. I was on my honeymoon. Got married like 3 weeks later. Like, hey, I want you to rematch Barao 8 weeks in Sacramento, my hometown. I'm like, all right, let's run it, right? The day of weigh-ins, the morning of weigh-ins, I wake up, I'm cutting my last final couple pounds, I'm in my plastics, get a call from my manager, it's like, hey man, I got Lorenzo Fertitta on the phone. He needs to talk to you. I'm like, all right. He's like, champ, Barao can't make weight. He fell, hit his head, got to get to the hospital. He ain't gonna fight. We need you to fight. We need you to fight Joe Soto. I'm about to weigh in. It's an hour from weigh-ins. We need you to fight Joe Soto. I'm like, what? It's like my first title defense, right? Like, I got everything on the line. This guy Joe Soto, I know Joe Soto. So I actually trained with him during this fight camp. He came up to Alpha Male 8 weeks before we fought, and I was training with him because he was on the card fighting someone else. And we both wrestled in California, so we knew each other for a long time. And the guy's tough. He's a Bellator champion, came to the UFC, and I was training with him. He's super tough. No one knows who he is. They're like, hey, we want you to lay everything on the line against Joe Soto. I'm like, champ, we'll take care of you, I promise. Like, all right, man. So 24 hours notice, I switched up my opponent to defend my belt for the first time. It was wild, man. I've never been more nervous in my life.
Well, and you seem like you have a game plan for exactly who you're fighting, what you're doing. You're very cerebral about everything. And then, 24 hours. Yeah, like, damn.
And then listen to this. After I make weight and everything's done from there, you should be done. You don't see the UFC till you show up the next day, right? After you make weight. Well, I make weight. I get to go rehydrate. I eat. And then the UFC comes over to my house to film until 1 o'clock in the morning. They're filming pretty much like, you know how you walk out and it's like me on the screen talking about my opponent?
The promo.
They had to refilm all the promos that I'm talking about Joe Soto and not hitting Brow. And I stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the morning in my garage filming that before I fought the next day, bro. Shit was
all that.
Yeah.
All that.
Wow.
They do that though, where that's what makes these people stars nowadays, is that they start throwing the shit at them, and only a couple get through it and really make it to the top, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the UFC is the best in the world at building stars. They really are, man. That's what they're known for. Like, I went straight to the UFC. Like, I only had 4 fights and then got into the UFC, so I didn't really know many other promotions. And then I remember I coached my buddy at Bellator once and thinking like, oh, Bellator's a big deal, you know? Like, I went to a fight and it seemed like this fight was at the fairgrounds. It was crazy, right? So the UFC, not only the promotion's so big, but it's like they do such a good job with their promotions and building stars. You know what I mean? Like, they got to show like who Mike Perry was in his color. That's why people loved you, because you were like so colorful and talking. You didn't give a shit. It's like they're so good at doing that. You know?
And UFC's a brand in itself, where it's recognizable right there. So anything partnered with that, they take off. But that leads me into, do you have a few more minutes, TJ?
Yeah, good, man. This is actually the last thing of the day for the most part.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Like, so how into, how much do you watch the fights now? Are you locked in? You know, like all the people? Are you super invested in it?
Not all of them. I'd never been one to watch fights. Even when I was competing, I would obviously watch my opponents and I would game plan a bunch and I'd watch a bunch of tape. I wasn't ever one that would like be pumped to watch the fights, because I'd always get anxiety, to be honest. Like it would give me like that feeling like I'm about to walk out, you know? Like, yeah, it would like I want to. I train so hard. I train all the time, and then when I get home, I don't want to watch my work. I want to go and watch something that's got nothing to do with fighting. So I wasn't one that would watch a lot of fights. And then that even was like, even when I first retired, it was like I was all butthurt about having to retire. So it would piss me off to watch fights. I didn't really do it too much. But then I started doing this Jackson podcast to where we do like fight breakdowns.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a big pay-per-view event, I fly to Orange County and I do the fight breakdowns of like who won, why they won. I think they were going to win. Do a good job of like breaking the fights down. And since then, it's got me back into the fights now that I'm more of a, I guess almost call like a commentator, you know?
Thanks a lot. So thanks so much for your time today, TJ Dillashaw, man. You are an awesome athlete and very knowledgeable guy, man. It was great talking with you. I learned a lot today. So, if there's anything you want to say to our people watching or anything like that, we appreciate you.
Oh, Matt, just want to say I appreciate you having me on. I am a fan of what you're doing and what you've like continued to resurgence on your career, right? It's very intriguing because again, life's gonna throw at you. It ain't always gonna go your way, right? And for how mentally tough you are to now like have this resurgence in a career is massive. And because of that, I can bet on you to be successful in whatever you do, right? Like, you can tell from from someone's like mindset of what they're going to do and how they pick themselves back on if they're going to be successful for the rest of their life. You'll be one of those guys that's awesome to see. I appreciate you having me on. Let me talk about my brand. Wild Society is my passion right now. We're doing a 30-day challenge of people going on and posting about what feeling your wild means to you and doing one thing. Not like going ham and doing everything, but doing one thing a day and staying consistent on it for 30 days to change up your lifestyle. You know, do one thing a day for your diet. Maybe the next day is going to be for recovery. The day after that's going to be for my workout. Just trying to create this culture of what Wild Society stands for. And we're doing a 30-day challenge right now. It started today, actually. But, yeah, I appreciate letting me talk about the brand. We build nothing but the best. If you're looking for protein, either whey protein isolates, we got concentrates, energy drinks, caveman eats, electrolytes, anything I wish I would have had when I was competing to become world champion is what we're creating, and we're taking over the world. We're in Sprouts Farmers Market. We're in GNC. We got a longevity protein powder in GNC. It's exclusive to GNC. It's what I would take every single day for anyone on this planet, but especially for athletes thinking about sports longevity. Mike, I need to send you some, dude. And then we're in Vitamin Shop. Yeah, you need some just all.
Oh, you're inspiring the heck out of me, dude. Yeah. And with the 30-day challenge, I'm about to get jacked.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go, TJ.
Hey, for the record, TJ, I genuinely believe, and I know I've watched your entire run. You're the greatest bantamweight that's ever lived, in my opinion. Merab's right there in a different style. He's getting there. But no one has ever beaten TJ as far as your accomplishments, man. And I appreciate your time.
It means a lot, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, brother. Great to see you.
Hey, same.
All right, Mac.
Super cool.
Sick. That was great information by TJ Dillashaw, the former champ, the Killer Shaw. That's a cool nickname, actually. But very knowledgeable guy. I mean, I can see why people thought he was on the but he was honestly going through so much process in everything he did with his diet and his exercise and his plan and his timing and all his workouts and recovery and everything. You could tell just by listening to him, he knows what he's talking about. And I'm just jacked for no reason. I'm about to get on my stuff, dude. I'm about to.
No, he was all talking about the supplements, and Mike was just getting more and more.
Make it disappear, just like that one. Had to go. He's out of here. So, thank you everybody for watching OverDogs podcast today with our guest TJ Dillashaw. Mac Malley had some great questions for him. And we're very happy to share all that information with you. I don't know how many of our fans might be oversized or out of shape, but if you listen to TJ there and you start getting you some protein in, maybe we can all get jacked. Let's go, OverDogs Nation, baby. Oh, Platinum Nation, OverDogs Nation in the building. Subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, let us know what you thought. Let us know what you think. Just share your thoughts with us, and we'd be happy to speak to you.